I can't believe it's been 10 years already since March 11th, 2011. It's just one of those dates. You don't have to say what happened. Just say March 11th. Anybody remotely connected to Japan knows exactly what you're talking about. Uh, it's just one of those dates. Changed everybody's lives. It changed my life. Fundamentally, for my career path, to, physically, it separated me from my family for months. And many, my impacts are just small compared to a lot of people, a lot of my friends in Japan. Thousands died, over 25,000. Cities just shut down. And even years after, anytime I would visit Tohoku after March 11th, it was always there. It would always be brought up in conversation at some point because it was a physical scar always there. There was always damage. There was a cracked sidewalk. Foundation of a home was slightly off. And these are small things outside of, entire towns just being damaged, devastated, loved ones lost, and the constant knowing of what happened at Fukushima Daiichi as well. It's just, I have to send my respect to everybody that went through that, including my family. I mean, a lot of people don't realize, I was not in Japan when March 11th happened. I was aboard the USS Blue Ridge. I was I had a watch that day, a meteorological watch, basically monitoring the weather across the Western Pacific, and I would let the admiral know if a ship was headed towards a typhoon or something bad. You kind of get my point. And I got a phone call moments after it happened from a ship in Japan saying, we got a pretty good shake here. I said, all right, let me look it up. That's all they said. They said, we got a pretty good shake here. I looked it up, and immediately I kind of knew it's a 9.0 on it. There was a tsunami warning from JMA. So I was a lower ranking weather guy at the time, and I basically busted into Admiral's office. It was like, this is gonna be bad. Yeah, and yeah, it was. I'll never forget those images on NHK World, which I had the privilege to work for years after. Gino Tani was there. He was talking. I become friends now with him. He was just showing the waves coming in. It's those images we've all seen. My family at the time was living a couple hundred feet from the coast in Yokosuka, and I thank God, we had the communication available. I could give my wife a phone call, and the all I said was get the higher ground. That's all I could get across. I was busy, obviously, with my job, but I thankfully had the moment to give her a call. She took my son, which he was 4 at the time, 3. And he says this is his first memory because, wouldn't it be yours? Just the world shaking for like 5 minutes straight. Alarms going off for about 24 hours straight, and they were basically sitting in a elevated building. They were in a 7-story building, thankfully. They actually didn't see a tsunami in their house, but the bay and the area around them, the water level did go up pretty significantly. And then there was the fallout from Fukushima Daiichi, and I was still out in the water. So they left. Thankfully, the U.S. took care of family members there, and they evacuated. So I was stuck for over a month, kind of spinning off the coast, and a lot of the military came in. This is actually one of my most prized possessions. It's silly, but it is. It's the Operation Tomodachi coin, and that was basically the cooperation, the relief efforts from the U.S. helping Japan out. And after that, I worked harder at, I saw what the disaster, let's say, in the Western Pacific really could add up to. I started making more of my YouTube videos, and then I got picked up by NHK. And like I said, that just, I got to work with the people that were really, they put some of that first words out there in the warnings and stuff. So that was always something I was pretty proud of. But anyways, back to my family left because of the radiation fallout. I didn't get to see them for a couple months afterwards. I'm also one of the first people who, one of the only meteorologists left on Earth, outside of maybe some left from the 50s and 60s, who've physically plotted radiation fallout in an operational sense. That makes sense. Most meteorologists, operational ones that work with the military, done it in some sort of training, but I never thought I would actually have to put that training into practice. So pretty nutty stuff. Anyways, it's a 6-minute long video, and I know it's long, but I just wanted to share that. I didn't know what to do with today. I'm not in Japan. I miss it a lot. I do, but I just figured I needed to talk about it. So yeah, it's been 10 years.